This is Plant-Based Briefing, Elon Musk's cruel brain experiments from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine at PCRM.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. This is the Plant-Based Podcast where I curate and narrate with permission a variety of articles related to plant-based and vegan living in about 10 minutes or less every weekday. And I'm pleased to have permission from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine to share their content. A lot of what I share from them is health-related, but they have been working tirelessly for alternatives to the use of animals in medical education and research since 1985. They're such an amazing organization. I really recommend following and supporting them. So now let's get to today's Plant-Based Briefing. Elon Musk's cruel brain experiments from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine at PCRM.org. Since 2017, Elon Musk's company Neuralink has subjected animals, including monkeys, pigs, rats, and sheep, to invasive, often deadly brain experiments. Through 2020, the company paid $1.4 million to the University of California, Davis to use its facilities, where experimenters removed portions of monkeys' skulls to implant electrodes in the animals' brains as part of Neuralink's development of a brain-machine interface. Only in 2022, following a public records lawsuit by the Physicians Committee, did the troubling details of these experiments begin to come to light. The company is still conducting experiments on animals at its facilities in California and Texas. Non-invasive brain-machine interfaces are the future. Devices implanted in the brain come with a myriad of problems, including difficulty of repair and a high potential for severe medical complications. In comparison, non-invasive brain-machine interfaces, or BMIs, can allow for the risk-free monitoring of large-scale neural activity across the entire brain. While Neuralink continues its invasive, painful, deadly experiments, non-invasive methods, which often rely on brain signals read using an EEG, are already changing patients' lives and hold even greater promise. For example, non-invasive BMIs can improve quality of life for older adults and elderly patients. They've been used for restoring memory and planning using electromagnetic stimulation and biofeedback that modulate activity in a patient's brain as part of a rehabilitation program. Moreover, invasive BMIs that require implantation of the device might be a serious ethical issue. Therefore, non-invasive EEG-based BMIs appear to be the most promising technologies. They can translate brain activity into intelligible speech using functional magnetic resonance imaging. They can assist paralyzed patients by providing access to the world without requiring surgical intervention. They can allow patients with limited mobility to control robotic arms. Invasive brain-computer interfaces require a substantial amount of medical and surgical expertise to correctly install and operate, not to mention cost and potential risks to subjects. They can allow patients with severe tetraplegia to control a wheelchair. Non-invasive BMIs can also allow people to communicate directly using a computer, and research is being done to improve this capability. And researchers in China have developed a non-invasive BMI that can be worn in the ear. Check all of the links above for more details. The development of non-invasive BMIs should be the focus of innovation, and there's clearly much discussion in support of moving in that direction. Neuralink should halt its animal experiments immediately and invest in human-relevant research. On November 30th, 2022, Neuralink held a live show-and-tell event. Here's Physician Committee's response to that event. On November 30th, 2022, Elon Musk and Neuralink once again showed the world that their chief goal is self-promotion. The company continues to subject animals to painful, deadly experiments in the development of a brain-machine interface, or BMI, while refusing to acknowledge its history of cruelty or the promise of non-invasive, human-relevant BMIs. Key takeaways from the show-and-tell event include: the primary purpose of this update is recruiting. Ahead of the event, Musk led the public to believe that there would be an exciting update to share from Neuralink's work. Instead, he announced that he is seeking employees to attempt to accomplish what he has so far been unable to do. For years, Musk has claimed that Neuralink is close to conducting human clinical trials, but he provided no evidence that the company is any closer to that goal. Meanwhile, non-invasive BMIs are already improving patients' lives. Musk talked about the long-term goals of the company, but other researchers are already accomplishing these feats without harming animals. Musk discussed one of the monkeys used, comparing the experiment to, quote, replacing a piece of Ranger's skull with a smartwatch, unquote, while laughing about it. But hundreds of pages of public records linked here reveal that Neuralink's work is no laughing matter for the animals involved, something that Musk refused to discuss while suggesting that the animals used are willing subjects. An ongoing Physicians Committee lawsuit against the University of California, Davis, which partnered with Neuralink from 2017 to 2020, has revealed hundreds of pages of documents that show the horrors of the company's work. Neuralink employees drilled holes in rhesus macaques' skulls and implanted devices that often broke or caused severe infections. They failed to follow their own protocol, which resulted in at least one monkey suffering from bleeding in her brain and such severe vomiting that she developed ulcers in her esophagus before she was killed. Monkeys suffered paralysis, seizures, and such poor psychological health that they pulled out their own hair. Ultimately, Neuralink killed many of the monkeys used at UC Davis. Read some of their stories linked here. Musk said that before Neuralink does anything in an animal, we are extremely careful. We want it to be confirmatory, not exploratory. That is simply false. Public records from Neuralink's work at UC Davis reveal that the company's work has often been explicitly exploratory in nature. That work caused many monkeys to suffer from malfunctioning devices screwed to their skulls, chronic infections, paralysis, and severe psychological side effects. Musk claims that Neuralink is using only 6 monkeys named Pager, Sake, Comet, Mars, Ranger, and Hotshot, but paperwork filed with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, or USDA, showed that the company used 15 rhesus macaques, 112 pigs, and 5 sheep during the 12-month period that ended on September 30, 2021. In addition, a USDA inspection report of Neuralink's facility in Austin, Texas from January 2022 listed 21 sheep and 3 pigs. Musk said that the monkey Sake likes doing the demo and is not strapped to the chair. But we only saw what Musk was willing to show. Public records linked here from UC Davis reveal the truth. Neuralink staff forcibly restrained monkeys in chairs where the hand cannot reach the mouth, involving head fixation. The records also stated that monkeys may be chair restrained multiple times in a single day. Chair restraint may be performed every day, including weekends. And a Neuralink employee discussed the company's efforts to develop biological materials to reduce the use of animals. If Neuralink truly wants to reduce its use of animals, it should focus on non-invasive BMIs. You just listened to Elon Musk's cruel brain experiments from Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine at PCRM.org. And I'm your host, Marian Erickson. And just recently, December 13, 2024, PCRM issued a press release about SEC reopening their investigation into Elon Musk's Neuralink. They say public records show Musk may have misled investors about the device's safety. I'll link this press release in the show notes as well, but generally they say that in September 2023, the Physicians Committee requested that the SEC investigate Musk and Neuralink for securities fraud following a false and misleading ex post in which Musk claimed, quote, "No monkey has died as a result of a Neuralink implant." He added, "First, our early implants. To minimize the risk to healthy monkeys, we chose terminal monkeys, close to death already," unquote. Yet public records obtained by the Physicians Committee through an ongoing lawsuit reveal that while 3 monkeys were used by Neuralink in terminal experiments in which they did not recover from surgery, 12 previously healthy animals were euthanized by Neuralink as a direct result of problems with the company's implant. Because the invasiveness of Neuralink's device poses serious health risks to patients, the group claims Musk misled investors about the safety and marketability of the company's device. Musk deliberately lied to investors and patients, says Ryan Merkley, Director of Research Advocacy with the Physicians Committee. We're glad the SEC is looking into this matter. It also says documents from the University of California, Davis, where Neuralink conducted monkey experiments from 2017 to 2020, reveal that implantation of the company's device caused debilitating health effects in monkeys, resulting in euthanasia. Animals experienced chronic infections, paralysis, swelling in the brain, loss of coordination and balance, and depression. The Physicians Committee points to concerns raised by medical experts about the health risks of highly invasive devices like Neuralinks and their significant potential for severe medical complications in patients. The group has urged Neuralink to halt its animal experiments, which it continues to conduct at facilities in California and Texas, and to instead focus on improving non-invasive brain-computer interfaces. While Neuralink has begun human clinical trials, a significant number of medical device companies that conduct such trials never bring their product to market. So this is the kind of work PCRM does. They're relentlessly working on this kind of stuff. They're investigating, they're lobbying, they're issuing press releases. If you go to PCRM.org and in the search field enter Elon Musk, you'll see all kinds of blog posts and press releases and things they've been working on for this particular situation alone for years. As always, I put a link to the original post in the show notes, and from there you can reference all of the links and studies mentioned. I will also link to that show and tell event. I watched a bit of it, and oh my gosh, that man makes my stomach turn. I had so much trouble watching him. He makes me sick. He is disgusting, and I cannot believe he is going to be taking a prominent role in this country's politics. Oh my God. I am so grateful to friends I have who I know are ditching their Teslas because they don't want to be associated with him. They're embarrassed to be. I just hope karma has its way with him. Anyway, I will also post a link to a short film called Test Subjects. It's only 16 minutes long, and it's really interesting. It's about 3 women who were aspiring scientists looking forward to a future where they could make a difference to human health, and testing on animals they felt was just a necessary part of their research. But they all slowly came to question the validity of animal testing and now share their stories. So please share this episode with anyone who might benefit, and thanks for listening.